Wow, welcome. Great to see so many people already in the chat. We are back with Gabriel Knight 2, The Beast Within, and I could not be more excited. Last time around, even though we were just wandering around museums, kind of learning about Ludwig II, all that sort of fun stuff, learning about Wagner, basically just, learning a whole lot. Now we're back with what I understand is a very action-packed chapter, Chapter 5, and could not be happier to be here with y'all tonight.
Werewolf.
Werewolf?
Werewolf.
And Werner. Werner's already made an appearance. This is already off to a great start. So thank you very much, Matawi, for slapping that sticker already. This is off to a great start. So we're going to pick up and we're going to rewatch the opening cinematic for Chapter 5. Get a good fresh start with the wild cinematic that starts off Chapter 5. I will say, I may have to be a little quiet. My in-laws are visiting right now and are just down the hall from me. So it's possible they will hear me having sexy werewolf time down here with you guys. So if I get quiet all of a sudden, that's what it's all about. So stick with me. We'll keep this under control. So let's get started with the next chapter. Show your in-laws the Chapter 5 intro. Yeah, that's really what I want to try to keep them away from. I appreciate the suggestion, but really that in particular. All right, so here at the end of the last chapter, we had just gotten this translated version of King Ludwig's diary. We're going to bring it back here to Cute Museum Guy. That will trigger the final... Whoa! Wow, Jim Walls has made an appearance too in the stream. This is a big night already. We have Werner and Jim Walls. We're going to replay this a little bit and then jump straight into Chapter 5. So I will be quiet while the cinematics play.
Have you heard of Ludwig's diary?
Yes, but no one is allowed to see it.
It just so happens that I have a copy of an English translation right here. There's something I wanted to show you. Read this one.
August, 1880. The experiments go better and better. They has proved as loyal and determined as ever. It remains only to put the finishing touches on the completed opera and to make up the diagram for the crystal. My God! Wait, I want to show you something.
Mein Gott!
I am not supposed to have looked at this myself, but I am here alone all day, so... Yeah.
Once again, that's not how I'd handle a very old book.
July 1881. Richard returned from his meeting with the king. Never have I seen him so pale. I was concerned for his heart. He would not speak with me, but immediately shut himself up in his study and started working on a new project. He will not tell me the first thing about it. He will only say that it was time he repaid his king. It confirms Ludwig's diary. He wasn't crazy.
Yes, but Ludwig says that the opera was completed. Imagine that, completed. There's something else.
August 1882. We had a messenger tonight from the king. He brought a letter which Richard burnt. I did manage to see a bit of it. It said something about a great night in Munich and that it would be Richard's supreme triumph and someone else's destruction. Ludwig then wrote that even though he himself would probably die, his immortal soul would be freed thanks to Richard. I worry for poor Ludwig and for us. Where will we be if his madness continues? Surely someone will put an end to it. Wow.
There's one more.
All operas are traps for somebody. It's just a matter of figuring out who.
May 1883. I sent Richard's sealed package to the king, as he instructed moments before he closed his eyes forever. I could not even bring myself to care what was in it. What could it matter now? Whatever it is, I hope it brings the king good memories of Richard. He did so much for my beloved.
The package.
Speaking of package, hey, great to see Grayson over there in the chat. Rush Pirate, glad to see you too. Welcome, everyone. We're getting ready to jump into Chapter 5. We actually watched the cinematic last time around, but it had so much good Von Glauer Gabriel content that I felt like we should definitely bring it back out to start off this one. So let's hop into Chapter 5. Gabriel definitely sleeps with his talisman on. This look.
You seem to be the sort of man who would appreciate our way of thinking.
Oh, she's a hoot, all right. Just pretend you don't have a penis around and you'll be fine. Got this inborn need to rip them off.
Now I'm really intrigued.
This one time, I'd gone off to this, well, party, you might say. And it was getting a bit hairy. Well, Gracie...
Thank you for the follow, Cicely.
Oh.
And thank you for the sticker, Matali.
Come here, Kleiner.
Detta does not speak English, but then she has her own methods of communication.
I should leave you two kids alone.
Oh, don't be silly.
This does remind me of my pre-COVID life. Judging by the gloves, she likes opera too.
Friedrich, I can't just take your date.
Why not? I didn't expect her tonight. And for some reason, I don't find myself in that mood. Besides, from what you've told me, you live like a monk down south at that castle. Your body needs some attention. Detta. Zeige ihm sein Schlafzimmer.
This scene is amazing. Oh, the camera lingering on Von Glauer, right? Talisman on. I feel bad for Von Glauer too here. Great timing, Paul. Strokes the hair. Gabriel, a heavy sleeper. He's von glowering. I like that a lot, Ben. Yeah, I think you're right, Nathan. I think that we're supposed to think Von Glauer recognized the talisman also. The Von Glauer Power Hour. Why didn't I title this stream the Von Glauer Power Hour? Look at Von Glauer's handwriting. It's fantastic. Wow. Gabriel's pretty proud of himself. All right. That opening cinematic. I mean, I haven't played this chapter. Again, this is my first playthrough of the game, but I can't imagine it getting much better than this. Let's go back to the hunting club and see if that hidden tape recorder we left has paid off. Now to have sex on the subway. Again, that was pre-COVID, right? We all miss those days. Even his handwriting is charismatic. You're right, Goat Brush 3 Goat. Everything about Friedrich von Glauer is just top-notch. I keep looking left to see if my in-laws have walked in on me. I expect to turn around and see them there just like shaking their heads disapprovingly.
The men will be meeting here later today for the trip. I'm sure they won't wait for you, so you might want to be on time.
I'll be here. Sweet of you to worry, though.
Gabriel's feeling it today. He's extra smug. Let's see if this very strange gambit paid off. This suspicious magazine I left behind. Nice chair. Oh, he's so sneaky even without anyone in the room. Gabriel's a sneaky boy. Von Zell, conversation. Hunting club meeting. I guess he probably carries around a Sharpie or a ballpoint pen there that we just didn't get to see him write that down on. All right. So let's see here. We put that in
I'm
there.
sure whatever they said is in German. I need a translator.
Usually when we need menial tasks done that involve Germany, we go to our lawyer. That's true. Maybe they found it and labeled it for him. It's like, Gabriel. We know you carry around a lot of things you've taped without consent. So we just decided to label this one for you so you didn't lose track of it. Hey, Slacker, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Well, actually, while I'm there.
Lots of Nietzsche and Kant.
There we go. Don't want to miss out on the Nietzsche and the rest, right? Happy Blur's Day. Hey, Eric, great to see you. Welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it. It's been going great. Hope you're doing well. Nietzsche is my favorite philosopher. All right.
That's me, Gabriel Knight.
Awesome guy. Where is my lawyer? No, he's around here somewhere. Ooh, is this the time we can actually buy sausage? Nietzsche and what? My in-laws are here. I can't talk about the other philosopher. Emmanuel, you know. Oh, I cannot wait for 2020 to be over also, Eric. Absolutely. Hey, OSU Brainiac, glad you could be here. I haven't seen enough gargoyles, or rather, I haven't seen enough gargoyles since it originally aired. So the reference sadly is lost on me. Which one of these is my wallet? This thing?
I don't think I will.
Here, will you listen to this tape for me, lady I've never spoken to before? How do I actually drop an inventory item here in my inventory? Ah, the arrow. That will do it.
Can I have some of that Weisswurst?
6 Mark, bitte.
Yeah, that's in-laws, man. They can't handle idealism.
Dankeschön.
Let me just put this sausage in my pocket. You know how it is when you're just walking around. You see some great sausage. You aren't really hungry. You don't have a plan for it. You just buy it, and then you stick it in your pocket. Green screen? What could you possibly mean? Hey, there's the lady with red tights.
Another envelope came from Rittersberg. A request for me and a letter for you.
Thank you for the sausage in your pocket jokes. Better to have it, not need it. Oh, wow. Okay, let's give him this tape and see what I can do with it. Hey, you're a lawyer. I just illegally recorded some people. Would you mind translating it?
Can I bother you for another favor? I need something translated, and I need somebody I can trust to do it.
And you're asking me? You obviously don't know German lawyers.
Harry, you're such a kidder. Okay. Here it is.
Wir müssen miteinander reden.
We should talk?
Nein.
No?
Es ist meine Karriere, verdammt noch einmal. Vielleicht sogar mehr, wenn die...
His career is in danger even if the police...
Ich habe Ihnen doch gesagt, nicht darüber zu sprechen.
I told you not to speak of it.
Aber ich denke mir, dass die Polizei bereits weiß, dass unsere Wölfe nichts damit zu tun haben. Die können einen Test machen an den Körpern.
The police must know that our wolves are not responsible. There are tests they can perform on the bodies.
Gut. Ihre geflüchteten Wölfe sind keine Killer. Was soll's? Halten Sie nur Ihren Mund. Sie sind damit besser dran.
So, your escape wolves are not the killers. What's the problem?
Aber Herr Knight...
Werewolf?
Er kam gestern Morgen zu meinem Büro. Er hat viele Fragen gestellt.
He says you've been asking a lot of questions.
Worüber?
About what?
Über die Wölfe.
About the wolves. Who are these men?
Just friend. I think there's more.
Was ist los, von Eigner? Ich muss mit jemand anderem reden.
He doesn't want to talk, says he has someone else to speak to.
Ich habe mir gedacht, wissen Sie etwas über Großbergs Tod?
Do you know anything about Großberg's death?
Wieso sollte ich?
Why the hell should I?
Nun, ganz einfach. Ich gab Ihnen seinen Namen.
I gave you his name.
Und?
And?
Herr Knight, frag mich, ob ich Großberg kenne.
He says you asked him if he knew Großberg.
Was?
He extremely does not speak German.
I think I know what happens next.
You know, It would be a great tragedy if the Ritterline were to die out. A great, great tragedy. I'm not just talking about for the sake of our firm, but...
I know what I'm doing, Harry.
I know what I'm doing. He absolutely does not. He could not more be making it up as he goes along. Thank you for slapping that sticker. It's always good to see Werner again, NBA Dag. I actually have a couple of new stickers this week. One's an old sticker with a new sound file attached to it. That's the Gabriel one. Then we have a brand new Grace Nice Closet sticker. So we're really leaning into the gag there. But no, thanks for...
Closet.
There it was. Nice closet. Thank you so much, NBA Tag. Yes, please, everyone, just spam nice closet. It'll really bring joy to my heart. But Ben, I think it was you a little bit further back who mentioned the idea of sausage pocket. Thank you.
Nice closet.
Thank you, Vitaly. Thank you, followed up that. Oh, it is good, isn't it? It is a nice closet. I'm not going to disagree. But you mentioned, Ben, a little while back, the sausage pockets. Here's a story time with Jess, unsolicited. Back when I was in college and living on campus, during the wintertime, occasionally I would go to our dining hall for breakfast. And on my way out, I would grab a couple of biscuits from the dining hall and put them in my pockets under the sort of idea that as I walked around campus in the cold, I could put my hands in my pockets and the biscuits would be like pocket warmers. And then when I got where I was going, I could just eat the biscuits. And when my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, somehow found out about this, she said, "Wow, that's really strange that you carry around biscuits in your pocket." And then I started doing this really bad British accent where I would say, "I've got biscuits in me pockets," anytime I was doing it. And it's really amazing that we are still together in a family today, because yes, that was me circa 1995, actually, right when this game came out. So while Gabriel was carrying around sausage in his pockets, I was carrying around biscuits in mine and saying, "I've got biscuits in me pockets." So that's a peek inside the life of Jess. And the good news is I don't get notifications when you unfollow me on this channel. So feel free, do what you need to do. All right. So that's a peek behind the curtain. Do the in-laws know? That's a great question. Hey, what was that? Chamath boy? Shymoth boy. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Probably. I don't know. All right. So let's see here. We've got a letter from Grace, right? Let's open this
Gabriel,
up.
I've been busy on this case, and it's
These
starting
biscuits
to
were
pay
not
off.
wrapped.
Thought I'd fill you in. There's definitely something going on with Ludwig II. I'm pretty sure he was involved with a werewolf. In fact, he was probably turned into one himself. Anyway, something happened to him on this hunting trip, and afterwards he fits the profile in the lore book to a T. It's really fascinating. There's an American couple here, the Smiths. They're from Pennsylvania, if you can believe it. Mrs. Smith has been telling me all about your fortune, and she's sure you're tied in with Ludwig somehow. She also told me to warn you to beware the Black Wolf. Have you learned anything about that yet? So don't tell me where you're staying, as if I care. Really, we're supposed to be a team, Gabriel. I'm holding up my end. I've about done all I can down here, and if you want, I can join you there soon. Perhaps I'll see something I recognize from my research. I'm serious. Grace.
Christ, she's losing it. Ludwig II, a werewolf. Yeah, right.
Oh, Gabriel. Ooh, Grayson, I'm honestly not sure. I've never interacted with my own stickers. You might try refreshing. Or if you just want to yell "nice closet" in the chat, I would appreciate that too. That's true. I did have the exclude Grayson toggle set. Oh, and hey, speaking of Grayson, there is a reminder in the stream about our new Discord server, codename Iceman the Ride, launched with Grayson, Ben, and Sarah over at PS_Garrick, Adventure Tuesday. Please, if you're a fan of these games, adventure games in general, old games, or just general nerdy stuff, feel free to join our Discord. We always like to see more people over there. So, all right, we have read the letter. We've gotten our tape translated. Now that we have talk of the... Here's my sausage in my inventory. Now that we have talk of all of the club stuff on tape, maybe we go to the police?
Well, I'm off. See you, Harry.
Goodbye.
I've got Vice First in me pockets. Yeah, the Werner sticker is just... My Vice is the vest. The Werner sticker is just perfect for any occasion. Let's see, where were the police? You're just joining us, welcome, glad you could make it. Sorry you missed the biscuit story, but you're here just in time for werewolves. Yeah, you see, most of my college was just a weird comedy bit. Oh, police are at a different location, aren't they? Good point. How do we get a sticker of me saying I got biscuits in me pockets? I don't know. That might have to be some sort of stretch goal or something. I've never thought of making myself a sticker because that seems horrifying to me. But who knows? Can I not go down into the subway there? Both of those exits lead to the same place. I thought that was the other side of the subway. Alright, let's walk back the long way. Ooh, ending sentences by scatting. How about this one, Ben? If you want to know what a pleasure it would have been to know me in college, how about occasionally throwing in the phrase "no pun intended" at the end of sentences that did not contain a pun, just to watch people try to figure out if in fact I'd made a pun and they missed it. You guys are getting the best version of me, and that is not saying a lot. No puns allowed.
The American P.I.
Criminal Commissar Lieber. I couldn't just call you KKL, could I?
Sit down.
Sit down.
How about KKK?
You just make a KKK joke? You say K? Maybe I misheard that. Okay.
What's the status on the case?
There's nothing new that I can share with you.
Is there anything new that you can't share with me?
Oh, it's always so good.
Okay, let's try this. You haven't found the zoo wolves yet?
No.
The killer wolves.
Have you caught anything yet?
No.
Why am I not surprised?
OSU Brainiac, German Mosley. That's exactly right. We even get the same background music when we come to the station. And yeah, Ben, you're absolutely right. College bits are for people who needed bits in college. If you didn't have a college bit, it's probably because you are a well-adjusted human being.
Kind of a funny thing. I talked to Grossberg's assistant. It was a fluke, really. But she mentioned you guys took some of Grossberg's ledgers?
I told you to stay out of our business, Knight.
True. Why did you guys take ledgers if Grossberg was just a random victim.
As long as this case is open, I'm going by the book. That means a standard background check on the victim.
Find anything?
I don't think anyone's looked yet. We'll probably assign one of the younger men to do it. As you say, Grossberg was a random victim.
Did I say that?
A standard background check. Oh, and Anthony, I saw earlier you mentioned how much it would, what it would take to get a T-shirt with my face on it saying "I've got biscuits in me pockets." I don't know. That is terrifying. If I can get a, like cartoon version of me holding some biscuits, maybe we can make that happen. I don't know if that merch is going to fly off the shelves.
I don't suppose you'd let me take an eensy-weensy look at Grossberg's ledgers?
Absolutely not.
What if I could prove that Grossberg wasn't a random victim?
You're crazy.
Am I?
Look, if you have information, I want to know what it is now.
What information? Look, 5 minutes with the ledgers. If Grossberg was a random victim, my looking won't matter. And if not, I may be able to help you out. You get nothing to lose either way.
I don't believe you know anything. No papers.
That's true. I think, Nick, that's what really sells it, is the fact that there absolutely were biscuits in me pockets. It was the commitment. I committed to the bet, as they say. Oh, hey, Cerebral Arcade, great to see you. Shy Mothboy, you heard this guy was cast as the German J. Jonah Jameson. Was that like in cartoons and stuff? Interesting. Okay, so let's just see what this does.
I don't think that would impress Liebe.
Might impress him. Who's to say?
If I can convince you I do know something new about this case, will you let me see Grossberg's ledgers?
I'm listening.
Good. Keep it up.
How is Gabriel so amazing?
Aber ich denke mir, dass die Polizei bereits weiß, dass unsere Wölfe nichts damit zu tun haben. Die können einen Test machen an den Körpern.
Gut. Ihre geflüchteten Wölfe sind keine Killer. Was soll's? Halten Sie nur Ihren Mund. Sie sind damit besser dran.
Aber Herr Knight, er kam gestern Morgen zu meinem Büro. Er hat viele Fragen gestellt.
Worüber?
Über die Wölfe.
Ich habe mir gedacht, wissen Sie etwas über Grossbergs Tod?
Wieso sollte ich?
Nun, ganz einfach. Ich gab Ihnen seinen Namen.
Und?
You were...
The ledgers first, please.
Oh my God. Gabriel.
Bringen Sie Grossbergs Papiere herein.
Nice closet.
Thank you, Grayson.
Danke, das ist alles.
There's no bad time for a nice closet.
I'm going out for some coffee. You'd better have something important to tell me when I get back, Knight. Or you'll learn more about Chairman law enforcement than you ever cared to know.
Kermit Jim Walls. That's right. Why isn't this guy the face of Police Quest? There's Jim. Jim's in the chat. Yeah, I would agree 100% OSU Brainiac.
Werewolf.
Werewolf?
Werewolf.
Hey, Tom, thank you for slapping the Werner sticker. It is always a joy. Classic Gabriel.
Schneller! Kommen Sie her und nehmen Sie die Papiere weg.
No police officer should ever leave Gabriel Knight alone in their office. I'm surprised Interpol hasn't put out a notice about that.
All right. Spill it.
Spill it.
Herr Dr. Klingman from the zoo?
Yes?
He belongs to a men's club, right? And the guy that was asking about Grossberg, well, he's in that club too. Ditto the third guy, the one with the personality of a pit bull.
Go on.
The guy that was asking about Grossberg, he was listed in one of Grossberg's address books. They knew each other. In the club these fellas all patronize is only blocks from where Grossberg was killed. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Good work. We'll have the club investigated immediately. You'll have to leave that tape here.
Wait a minute. I'm already in with these guys. You go in there with your SWAT troop and my stool pigeon days are over.
Sorry, but I'm in charge of this case, and now I have a lead. I can't depend on a civilian to do my job. What's the name of this club?
The
100 Club for Boys.
It's near the university.
Okay. I appreciate the information, but as of now, I want you to disappear. We'll handle everything.
Sure, I understand. Good luck, Lieber.
The tape?
Gabriel. Yes. Werner Herzog and Gabriel Knight 4, absolutely.
Sucker.
Sucker! Wow. I would call that tape is so tiny, I would call it a micro cassette. Let's see. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just very big hands. Sucker! Alright. What do we do now? Perhaps back to our lawyer? Does he need to see those books? Is that what happens next? Usually when we have any sort of problem, we just take it to our lawyer and hand it to him to solve.
Gabriel, come in.
Hey, Harry.
Oh, is it Grossberg first, or... Let's see.
Exports, exotics. It'd be nice to know what all of this meant. I'm not sure why I'd want to show him that.
Okay, so not our lawyer. New place, all right.
I'm off. See you, Harry.
Goodbye.
Give me somebody. Anybody. Give me somebody while I'm waiting. Oh gosh, Cerebral Arcade with the story time with Jess. Oh my goodness. What to tell a story about? You know, New Year's Eve is coming up, and I think my most memorable New Year's Eve was when I was 12 years old, I went to stay with my grandmother. Usually my parents would go out, I suppose to do adult things on New Year's Eve, and they would leave me behind at her house. And because I was such a cool kid, I went with a giant stack of Dungeons and Dragons source books so I could read them the entire evening that I was there, like a cool kid would, studying up on the monster manual, etc. And we would stay up until midnight. We did this most years, but when I was 12 is the one I remember most. We stayed up until midnight. We drank sparkling grape juice, like the Welch's sparkling grape juice. And then I went to bed at midnight and it was fine. And I got up the next morning and she made me bacon that had gone very, very bad. I don't know if you've ever tasted rotten bacon, but it's tangy and metallic. And I took a few bites, and then a few hours later, I spent a whole bunch of time just vomiting everywhere on New Year's Day. So that was New Year's Day 1989 for me. So, end of story. Aren't you glad, Cerebral Arcade, that you redeemed that one? It seemed like it might be heartwarming at first, then it took a dark turn. Blame this on Cerebral Arcade. That's exactly right. Wasn't me. Monster Manual. 1000% Monster Manual.
Hello, are you Mr. Dorn?
Yes. What do you want?
My name is Knight. I'm an associate for Grossberg's.
Grossberg. That son of a bitch owes me a lot of money. Now he's dead. Who's going to pay me, huh?
I'll be handling Grossberg's accounts. If you could just tell me what services you perform for him exactly, I can get you a check right away.
I don't talk to nobody about what I do. You pay me what I'm owed. Maybe you and I can do business together. Otherwise, I've had enough of Grossberg and his associates.
The real monster was inside of me, but not for long, I guess is the good news. Okay, so we need to give him money. That does seem like something we need to do with our lawyer, right? Go ask for a loan. There was another incident where my grandmother, and this was toward the end of her life, so maybe some degree of understanding is necessary here, but she bleached a chicken that she took out of the package and decided it smelled like it had gone bad. So her thinking that, maybe you could just bleach a chicken, then cook it and serve it to a child was
Gabriel.
maybe an escalation of that story. But my grandmother also told me once, never let the truth stand in the way of a good story. And that was really the motto she lived her life by. So maybe I'm lying about that. I'm not, but she would be really proud if I'd made up a story that ridiculous. That was really just like the second time she tried to poison me, is the sad part of that. I loved her very much, but she did try to kill me twice with rancid meat. Getting cash.
Have any luck with that missing person search?
Oh, of course, I forgot. Frau Hogel dropped off something this morning. Yes, there are 2 forest areas where missing persons incidents are concerned. The Nationalpark Bayerischer Wald and the Naturpark Schwäbisch-Fränkischer Wald. Frau Hogel checked both these areas back 10 years. Between 1960 and 1969, there were only 1 to 2 cases a year in the Bavarian National Forest area. Between 1970 and 1990, there were 10 to 12 cases each year. Oh. In 1991, it went up to 17, then went back down to 12 in 92 and 93. The Schwäbisch-Fränkischer Wald figures are similar.
Curious.
Does something ring a bell?
If it does, I should be able to hear it loud and clear. leaving this afternoon for the Bavarian National Forest.
Okay, so Nathan unwisely redeemed story time with Jess, and now this is story time about Jess's grandmother, is all you're going to get at this point. So, when here's another great memory I have of my grandmother. She really liked attention. Like, she always wanted, like, all eyes to be on her. If there's any part of me that loves having an audience, it is entirely inherited from my grandmother. But one time we were out at the mall. I think we were in JCPenney, if I recall correctly. And she was walking around, and she turned to me and said, "I don't feel so great." She'd probably been eating rancid bacon or something. And at that moment, she just spins around, takes her arms, and sweeps this giant display of sweaters off of a table. Like, probably 40 sweaters. She just all folded up neatly. She just takes them and swipes them all out into the floor, does like a full pirouette, and then a silent movie style, like, passing out onto the table. And just like this huge scene in the middle of JCPenney. Jess, check your phone. Oh no, that's not good. Oh my god. Anthony just sent me "I've got biscuits in me pockets" logo. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, Anthony. So anyway, my grandmother sweeps all this stuff. Thank you, Anthony. That's amazing. She sweeps all this stuff off of the table, collapses onto it, and is now passed out like a cartoon character. At which point, my mom, like, is checking on her, making sure she's okay and everything. And after making sure she's, not dead, my mom says, "Well, we better call an ambulance." And my grandmother literally sprung up, like, just straight up, perfectly fine. It was like, oh, it was nothing. It just moved on with the day. She'd gotten the attention she needed, but did not want to pay for an ambulance ride. So that's my grandmother. Thank you, Nathan. Okay, yeah, I don't know if this will show up on screen. This is what Bitter Alpaca just sent in terms of "I've got biscuits in me pockets" logo. So that's pretty good, right? Oh my god, I thought we were playing Gabriel Knight tonight, but I am apparently losing my mind slowly.
Could you pull some cash for me from the Ritter account?
Sure. How much do you need?
14,000 marks.
Are you sure it's wise to carry so much?
I won't be carrying it long.
All right. Frau Hogel, gehen Sie zur Bank und holen Sie mir 14.000 Mark vom Ritterkonto ab.
That will definitely go on the Discord, I promise.
Perhaps you'd like to make out a will while we wait.
How about if I just leave everything to you?
I wish you would leave everything to me.
I'll
Thanks,
owe
Don.
cash. Famous German lawyer humor. Okay.
I don't have anything else to say right now.
How about thank you? You could say
I'm
thank
off.
you.
See you, Harry.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry for introducing the weird energy of my grandmother's stories into this stream. Now I just feel like cut loose from everything. I should probably save when I get where I'm going. Alright, let's hand this guy a big pile of cash that we just met. This is really all about the weird energy. Yeah. Bye, Harry. Going to the forest with 14 grand. Then again, for all I know, like 14,000 Deutschmarks is like $30. It didn't seem like it.
Hi, is this where y'all rent mopeds?
Hey, there's Gabriel, not 3 Gabriel. Thank you for slapping the sticker. Thank you so much, Matawi. Thank you for all the support tonight. I'm just glad to have a crowd here joining me.
You again. Do you have the money Grossberg owed me?
Gabriel looks at his watch. Yeah, thank you for joining me. This has been fun so far. This is probably my last stream of 2020, so I'm glad we're getting all this weird 2020 energy out of our systems now.
$14,000 in cash.
I was just here minutes ago.
Come in. Please. Not good, huh? The smell.
It's very green in here.
These stinking animals. No matter how much I spray them down, they smell.
Some creatures are like that, yes.
Like werewolves.
I'd be interested in hearing your business plan, Herr Knight.
We go somewhere less gross.
What kind of exotics did you get for Grossberg?
Anything. Cats he mostly got. Things that make good coats, you know. Things you can't get on the market. But for you, you pay cash up front. I get you anything.
Can you get hippopotamuses?
Okay. Maybe not anything. But most things I can get. You need some cats soon, huh? Gorilla. I can get gorilla.
Well, it's possible. I'll let you know.
Oh, it's Cerebral Arcade. I'm happy to talk about my teaching anytime. You know, in the last few years, I've actually been lucky enough to have the chance to teach classes about video games for the first time. You know, my training is more in sort of traditional political science, like Russian politics and stuff like that. But video games are where my passions lie. So it's been a real pleasure to get to teach about them. And who knows, I may find a way to talk about some of the interesting subtext here in Gabriel Knight too next time I teach that class. I've got good stuff to work with the Von Glauer Gabriel scenes. Can you get Caprice and
Grossberg harvest the furs, or did you?
Me? I do it. Only costs 250 marks extra, and I do a good job. You get the skin all clean for that. Not the meat. You pay more for the meat.
Naturally.
But every few months, Grossberg, he wanted the whole thing live. I don't know what he did with those. I don't ask questions.
I think I know.
Oh, I bet Fluffy Kitten. Yeah, whenever I mention old adventure games, it tends to... there's one person in the room who's very excited, and then like 25 more who are less so. And yeah, I agree, OSU Brainiac. It hardly classifies at all as subtext, right? I mean, it's pretty much right there on the surface. And Tom redeemed, is this the best game ever? You know, I have no doubt at this point that it has leapt into my top 10 adventure games of all time. Having never played it before, it's in there with a bullet, a silver bullet, werewolf joke. But I'm loving this game to death. Easily the best full motion video game I've ever played, but just a game that I'm enjoying at every level. So best game ever, maybe not, but man, it's a good game.
Did you talk to Grossberg before he died?
Yeah, sure. A few days ago. I called the bastard for my money. He told me about you, you know.
He did?
Yeah, sure. Said he had a new business partner. And that soon he would have much money and could pay me everything. I thought he was lying. Now you show up. It's good for me he was telling the truth.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Cerebral Arcade. One of my colleagues actually graduated from UC Santa Cruz. That's interesting. That's great.
Hey, how did Grossberg's export go?
Okay. Usually I bring animals in, not sell them out. I worked hard to find someone to take those too.
Oh, where did the exports end up anyway?
Taiwan. A zoo, they said. But I don't believe it. The restaurant is what I think.
Do they sell wolf meat at Taiwanese restaurants?
Why not? They sell tiger. Those people, they eat anything.
There were 2 wolves, right?
Yeah, sure. Male and female.
Could I see where you kept the wolf?
Yeah, sure. I kept them both in the last cage on the right. The one against the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's maybe you could let go of some of those
These
cultural
animals are
stereotypes.
filthy. Hungry too. I'd like to put Dorn in one of these cages and leave him there. If I ever solve this case, I'll sick Liebe on this guy.
Ah, good. Good for Gabriel. Oops, not where I wanted to go, is it? Well, that's awesome, Cerebral Arcade.
Come here.
Yeah, academic streaming's really interesting to me. I need to follow more academics on Twitch.
What can I do for
So where do I actually... Ah, down this way, I bet. That was definitely a stock lion roar, wasn't it?
If I ever solve this case, I'll sick Liebe. If I ever... If I ever...
Where do I need to go here?
If I ever solve this case, I'll sick Liebe on this guy. If I ever solve...
Like, if he ever solves this case, he's gonna sick Libra on this guy. Ah, did I do something? Did I trigger something? Oh, thank you, Paul. I think I got it right as you said that. Werewolves? Just watching an MGM movie. It sounded a lot like the MGM Lion Roar, didn't it? I'm probably gonna get DMCA'd for that. I hear some werewolves barking outside in my neighborhood. Either that or my in-laws turned into wolves. Werewolves.
These animals are filthy. Hungry too.
I wonder if it likes vice first.
Werewolf.
Werewolf?
Werewolf.
Ah, here we go. We have zoo hair and farm hair. That looks like barn hair. that we just picked up. Thank you so much, NBA Dag. Okay. Go, kitty. Hey, Sarah, good to see you. Hope you're having a good evening. Grab the dog tags. He's got biscuits in his pockets. I'm glad you could make it. Good to see you. You're here just in time for animal cruelty. Hey! Hey, Rouge. I think I saw you up there earlier and should have said hello. That's right, we have a sausage man in this game. As Feral the Feral is quick to remind us, there's one in every game. There's a nice kitty. Alright, so we got the dog tags. Those names.
Hilda and Possible's tags. So much for the killer zoo wolves theory.
Okay.
I'm not sure what else to say.
Nope, got nothing for him. Okay. There we go. We still love Tiger King, right? That was this year. Why was I making Tiger King references that entire time? Bring those to the cop, eh? Alright.
I don't want to talk to Liba. Besides, he's probably out looking for the Friendly Wanderer Club.
It's hunting season. Oh, do we go back to the hunting club? So cop isn't an option. Maybe we'll try the hunting club. Oops. Don't need a cuckoo clock. So before the stream tonight, I ate the world's biggest bowl of Cajun-style red beans and rice to get in a Gabriel night sort of spirit. Oh, the people playing When the Saints Go Marching In are gone. But I now find myself with a red beans and rice style sense of sluggishness and lethargy. So if I just start to fade away at some point, you know, kindly just see your way out of the stream. Just leave me here. I'm sure I'll wake up tomorrow morning. What makes it Cajun style? The spices and the ridiculous amount of like andouille sausage, and then on top of that, just like the sea of Tabasco sauce. And there was a small baby doll inside of it. Oh my god, thank you, man. That's amazing. And thank you, Grayson, for slapping the Kaboom sticker. There's the link to our Discord. If you want more of this, be sure to come to our Discord.
Good. There you are. Ready to go?
I suppose I don't really have any stuff. Von Agnes said you had guns at the lodge.
Oh, we'll fix you up. Never fear. Gentlemen?
Look at that smart safari jacket. I think Kaboom is historically my most popular sticker, believe it or not. Those pockets are for biscuits, Grayson.
Henneman, Price. You two sleep in Price's room. Gabriel will take Henneman's for now.
Herrgottssackler. Yeah, Baron.
Here's Salache. Everyone has luggage except Gabriel. That's great.
Your room is the last door on the left upstairs. Today, we relax. Tomorrow, we hunt.
Love Von Glauer.
Great. Can't wait.
Did you get it? Lodge. Oh, what have we here? Hello. Is this what I think it is? Is that a nice closet?
There's nothing in here.
What a letdown.
There's nothing in here. There's nothing in here.
Such a nice closet, though. Look at that shelf.
There's nothing in here.
Such a nice closet. Gabriel really let me down here. I wish Grace were here to tell us what a nice closet. Ah, there we go. Thank you, NBA Dag. On cue with the Grace nice closet. Weak cabinet.
I could use a shower, but I want to look around. I could use a shower, but I want to look around first.
I know how that is. You want to get all your snooping done.
You seem to be the sort of man who would appreciate our way of thinking.
Thank you, Tom.
I'll never be able to sleep in this place, not without a barricade on the door.
Thank you for recognizing what a nice closet that was, Grace. And I feel like Gabriel just really blew straight past it. You gotta savor the moments, Gabriel. Oh no, is that sticker stuck forever? There's a stickiness slider that I have to adjust. Maybe I left that one a little too strong.
I'd hate to get lost out there.
Just walk around and talk to people. Great. Thank you very much, Fluffy Kitten. Fluffy Kitten has been a real hero throughout these Gabriel Knight streams, keeping me on track, so thank you very much. It's a nice view of the Alps. Thank you for that callback, Shy Moth Boy. Okay, so is that all we need to do in here, I guess? We looked out the window. And Von Zell, right? So the tags to the creepy Zuga. Do we go through everyone's room? Is that a thing? Yeah, Gabriel's never let anything. Oh, here's another chance for Gabriel to comment on the closet. And that's a nice closet, though. Nice rope. Oh, nice bullwhip, rather. Can you imagine how bulky his jacket would be with that full length of rope stuck under it? You're not sneaking around like that. He shuffles things around. Does he have any opinions on the closet? No, he won't even comment on the closet. Come on, Gabriel. Ooh. We should have had a tape recorder in his bed. What's he looking for? He has no idea what he's doing. And he fixes the tuck.
I'm pretty sure Herr Price is in there, and I don't want to know what he's doing.
Oh, he's been doing all of that while this guy's in the bathroom. Wow. So I'm guessing that's it in here, maybe?
Ja? Herein!
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were busy.
Mach nicht. I'm always up for company.
Okay.
So, amuse
There's
me.
Papa
Herr
Squat.
Tell me about the club.
From what I hear, you've already grilled the others about it.
Thank you,
It is
Tom.
So tedious.
All right, we can talk about something else. Can I assume you're a fan of the club philosophy?
Well, look at me. I love to eat and I love to drink. I own a butchery and a brewery, which means I love people who love to eat and drink. If I could make it the national religion, I would.
Point taken.
More like Hair Dr. Cleanman is very good. Thank you, Nate. You're a hero. And rouge to bath salad indeed. To hair.
Do you know what type of animal we'll be hunting tomorrow?
Deer, I suppose.
Oh,
The most dangerous game.
that's too bad. I mean, it's too bad we don't have something more interesting to hunt.
What do you mean?
Well, Grossberg's death's gonna make it difficult to get anything really challenging. Leopards, lions, things like that.
You enjoy sticking your neck out, don't you?
Do I?
If it were me, I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of someone like Von Zell.
Are those mounted rabbit ears behind him? I have no idea, NBA Dag.
Were you the club's main contact with Grossberg?
Yeah. Buying and selling exotic animals isn't exactly legal in Germany. The others didn't want to know.
It's the jackalope from King's Quest VII.
What does Baron von Zell have to do with Grossberg?
Nothing.
But he knew Grossberg. You asked him about Grossberg the other night at the club.
My, what big ears you have.
Like a wolf.
You gave von Zell Grossberg's name. Why?
Because he asked me for it.
He said the wolf thing.
Do you know why von Zell wanted Grossberg's name?
He did not share his reasons with me.
Well, you must have thought something.
I assumed that since Von Zell was getting too big for his britches, and since he was no longer von Glauer's pet, that he had intentions of leaving and starting his own club.
And you didn't have a problem helping him go independent?
I would love to see him leave. And I'm not the only one.
I don't know how I feel about eating in a bathtub. I realized that as I saw him pop a grape there, or whatever that was, that I'm not super into the idea of eating in a bathtub.
Would your cooperation in giving out Grossberg's name have anything to do with the money you owe von Zell?
How do you know about the money? You only been with the club a few days. Did the Baron say something?
What's a big secret? Von Zell is a banker, isn't he?
That's right, he's a banker, and I am a successful businessman.
There you go. And he offered to cut your debt in half for a small favor, I understand. It's not your fault Grossberg's dead.
Or is it? Yeah, bathtub eating just seems like too far in the direction of like hedonism bot from Futurama.
Have you heard of the Black Wolf?
Nein, I don't know this.
Are you sure?
Maybe there are black wolves here, maybe not. I have never seen them, I have only heard them.
What do you mean you heard them?
These wolves in the woods. I'm glad I never saw them. They make such sounds. It makes your hair stand on end.
I would love to see Gabriel's hair stand on end.
Are you telling me you've heard wolves around here?
Yeah, of course. You should be sure you don't go out in the dark at night. These wolves, sometimes they sound very close by.
But Klingman told me wolves are extinct in Germany, except for maybe a few in the Alps. We're not close to the Alps, are we?
Your Herr Doctor is obviously mistaken. There are wolves in the woods. I've heard them myself many times.
Werewolves.
I think you should excuse yourself now, Herr Knight. It's getting cold.
Oh, sure. No problem.
Close the door on the way out, please.
Are those elk antlers, maybe? He does have his grapes on a little pillow, which also seems like just leaning into it a little far.
It's no use. I saw him lock it myself.
Oh no. Rouge, you heard the dog barking outside too. Yeah, there is. I think I have a neighbor whose dog roams free sometimes, and I think she's out tonight. Her name's Greninja, like the Pokemon though, so that's kind of fun and video game adjacent. Dog or wolf? Great point. Could be a wolf.
What do you want, Knight?
Just scoping things out.
Really? Look all you want at the great wonders of this room, then leave. I'm trying to rest.
Look at the wonders of my room and then leave. Oh, your neighbor. I thought you were picking up on my microphone. That's good. Full clothes nap with your double pleated khakis.
I can't snoop around too much. Klingman's here.
He said snoop around in Meyer's apartment.
I can't snoop. I wouldn't mind a chat, but Klingman needs a little attitude adjustment first. I wouldn't mind a chat, but Klingman needs a little attitude adjustment first.
Why does he match his bedspread? Oh, this is great. So the evidence, Adam. Ooh. That be this evidence?
I'd love to show him the
wait.
tape.
Which evidence are we talking here? The tape?
I don't think showing that.
No. Tie him to his bed.
I don't think showing that to Klingman would do any good.
Throw a dagger at him.
I don't think showing that to Klingman would do any good.
So, what do I do to get his attention here? That's the letter from Grace. Throw him a book about werewolves.
I don't think showing that to Klingman would do.
Show him your sausage. I tried to show him the tags, but say he wasn't interested.
I'd love to show him the tags, but I need to get just a few more facts first.
Okay, so maybe we need to have...
I wouldn't mind
go to like Von Zell's room or something.
Enter.
Can we slip into Von Zell's room yet, or... Oh.
All settled there?
Uh-huh. Nice place.
Yes, it is. You should go for a walk. The woods are beautiful, and you could get your bearings before tomorrow's hunt.
Good idea.
boy, the actor playing Von Glauer just seems like he's having so much fun.
He's busy. Friedrich wouldn't appreciate me messing around in here. Friedrich wouldn't appreciate me messing around in here.
Oh, come on, Gabriel. I'm very pro Von Glauer. The scene feels very washed out and strange.
I wish someone would start a fire.
Ooh, a nice closet. Three lanterns for adventurers. The scale was not what I expected there. What is this, a lantern for ants?
Nice closet. Nice closet.
Guys.
Nice closet.
Oh my goodness.
Nice closet. Nice closet.
Gabriel, what do you think about this closet?
Nice closet.
I mean, would you say it's a decent closet?
Nice closet.
Would you say it's an above average closet?
Nice closet.
Would you say it's the best closet you've ever seen?
Nice closet.
Oh man. It happened, guys. I did not think this would happen, but here we are.
Nice closet.
Man, that is a... Thanks, Grace. Grace agrees.
Nice closet.
That's a very nice closet. I'm going to do three more. Three more, you guys. We're going to go out 2020 the right way. We're going to get three more, and then I'm going to exercise some self-control, and I'm going to move on to the rest of the game. So, three more.
Nice closet.
Just soak it in.
Nice closet. Nice closet.
Yeah. Nice closet. Well, Eric did just redeem point and click, so I guess I have to click on that one more time. So, one more. Strap in. Bonus. Nice closet.
Nice closet.
10. What closet again? Oh, man. Whew. I thought that the high point was going to be that opening cinematic, but now here we are with another nice closet.
Hey, Henneman. Looks like we finally have a chance to talk.
Well, as long as my glass is full, you can ask me anything you like.
Oh, this is amazing. I don't know how Nice Closet became the growing meme in this community that it is, but God bless that Nice Closet. God bless us, everyone.
Especially close to anyone at the club?
Oh, I drift on the fringes, Herr Knight. You, however, seem to have gone straight to the top.
Oh, I don't think so.
Don't be modest. Everyone can see you as a new golden boy. Why do you think Von Zell bothers to hate you?
Are you and Von Zell good friends?
No, I was never good enough for Von Zell. Now, I get along better with those who do not think so much of themselves.
Von Agner?
No. Yeah, Von Agner's a good man. Dr. Klingman, too, I like. He comes by the Donisel and drinks with me sometimes. Well, you could stop by sometime if you want. Yeah, I don't like drinking alone.
Thanks. Maybe I will.
Yeah.
If there's a third Nice Closet in this game, I'm probably just going to get to the end of this game and then start streaming it again back at the beginning. And I'll probably just stream Gabriel Knight 2 from now on. Like, that will be enough to just, like, win this game, maybe the coveted best game of all time award if there's a third Nice Closet. I like Shamoth Boy the Colonel Mustard, absolutely. Oh no, is there a third nice closet? Now I'm feeling nervous. His stein reminds me a lot of the beer steins that we had in my house growing up. My parents lived in Germany for a few years while my dad was stationed there in the army, and he was a werewolf also. So yeah, these steins, every time I see them, I was like, oh, those are like the ones we had at my house growing up. Used to drink Dr. Pepper out of one of those occasionally.
You and Klingman make an unlikely pair. What do you find to talk about?
A doctor likes to discuss the club philosophy. He's very enthusiastic, you know. That's what made him want to join in the first place.
You sponsored Klingman's membership.
Me? No, Von Zell.
Von Zell? He doesn't seem like the welcoming type.
Oh, that's what I thought, too. You know, when Von Zell brought Klingman in, I thought they must be very close. But the way Klingman asks questions, you'd think he hardly knew Von Zell. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, who can say why Von Zell does anything?
Is there any reason you don't want a room with Price?
No, you may not have noticed, but the man is a rotting Schwein.
Rotting Schwein?
What's up with him, I will never know. I can tell you what he's doing right now up there in his room. He has shut himself in the bathroom, and he isn't taking a bath. I tell you, you can't turn your back on a man like that. No one is safe.
No one's safe from Von Zell, compulsive masturbator.
I thought Price was a hotshot lawyer.
Yeah, was 10 years ago. He's lucky he doesn't need the money now because he can't get work.
Why not?
He's too obvious with his nature, you know? Okay, so maybe other men are like this, you know, thinking only what's between their legs. Price, he has no respect for normal human decency. He flaunts his perversion.
Isn't that what the club's about? Getting in touch with one's instincts, being primal?
Yeah, okay, so it is. That's a question for the Baron, not for me. I only say what I see about Price.
My mistake. It's Price that's the dirty boy, not Von Zell. He's the angry boy. Price is the dirty boy. Von Glauer is the handsome boy. Klingman is the clean boy. And I'm going to say this guy is the possibly should drink a little less boy.
This is a nice hunting lodge. Do y'all come here often?
Oh, at least once a month altogether. Oh, we can come anytime we want by ourselves.
Do you have any other properties where y'all hunt?
Yeah, we have a lodge at Alfdorf, but we don't go there much. It is not so convenient as this one.
Alfdorf? Is the club in Alfdorf close to a forest, too?
Oh, not close. In. It's in the Naturpark Schwäbisch-Frankrischer Wald.
Of course it is. Have you ever heard of the Black Wolf?
Black Wolf? No.
Thanks for the talk.
Ja, auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah, that's interesting, Paul. I guess that when they were talking perversion stuff, I assumed it was just like general wolfy stuff. But no, I guess that might be the subtext there as well. So that's interesting. Yeah, it's a strange shift from the Von Glauer scenes. Okay, do I want to climb out and do the Von Zell adventure now? Let's get a view of the Alps here.
I'd hate to get lost out there. That's an interesting idea, but I don't need to go anywhere on this side of the building. That. I'd hate to get.
Oh, there's a hook above the window. Another room. Let's see here. Is it maybe Price's room? Is that him?
That led.
Wait, did I just go back into my own room?
I'm pretty sure Herr Price is in there, and I don't want. I don't think it's no use. I saw him lock it myself. I don't think Herr Von. He's busy.
Okay, here we go. Maybe we need to do this first.
Hildegund and Parzival. Nice names.
My God.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna turn you in.
Please, Knight, it would mean my job.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't. Not if you tell me exactly what happened.
I'm afraid.
Of Von Zell.
It's his fault. I only followed his instructions.
Why did Von Zell want to kidnap those wolves?
He said he wanted to own a pair because he admired their nature as predators. He told me he would keep them in a private place, a safe place, to study.
How did you meet Von Zell in the first place?
He came to one of my lectures about 3 months ago. He was very knowledgeable about wolves, very. He said he admired my work. I was impressed by his knowledge and his title. Then he told me about the club, about how exclusive it was, about their philosophy. It was like a dream come true for me.
Yes, it is seductive. So the wolves were your price of admission. How did you get the wolves out of the zoo?
I led Baron von Zell and another man that I didn't know into the zoo through a delivery gate. The other man drugged the wolves with some meat. When they were asleep, he and von Zell put 2 of them into the truck and drove off. I was afraid when the police came and investigated the next day, but they didn't find anything.
They didn't find anything.
I thought we had gotten away with it. Then the killings started.
Your wolves aren't responsible. They were shipped to Taiwan. They never hurt anyone.
That is more of a relief than you could possibly imagine. But the wolves, are they safe?
I don't have that information. What do you think?
Those are some amazing pleats, huh?
Guess that's all I need to know.
Please don't say anything to the police. I swear I have told you everything.
Yeah, I know. I won't tell your dirty little secrets.
Don't say anything about my pleats.
For safekeeping. You enjoy a nap, Doc?
Please don't say anything to the police. Okay. The pleat lease. Okay, use the rope on the ledge in the price
It's no
room.
use. I saw him lock it myself.
There's a lot of very good khaki in this game. You're absolutely right, Sarah. Yeah, we won that conversation. There's no question about it. Okay. Rope on the ledge in the press room. Oops. Should have done the down. Skipped this transition. Look downward.
I hate it when I come up with ideas like this.
Okay, here we go. Hope Price doesn't come out. Got a little knot there. I love that Gabriel is doing this all on a hunch that something interesting might be in Von Zell's room. Like, he's not actually looking for anything specific, is he? This is just like a total, like, fishing trip at some level. How amazing would it be if just like one of the other guys was right outside? He's like, "What are you doing, Gabriel?" Shadowhunter senses tingling. That is one of like the Shadowhunter powers, isn't it? Gabe in the window, he's reaching out. Please tell us what to do. That's for you, Nathan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you're getting grandmother stories, vocal performances, the whole thing. I think like 4 viewers left the moment I started singing. He's being very loud. I feel like you would definitely hear him if you were right inside one of these rooms. Let's kick it open. A very comprehensive stream. Yes, it's like a variety show. A little something for everybody. I'm going to start working in dance soon. I'd love to hear how Gabriel would explain this if he were caught. But that's like half of every adventure game ever, right? Nice room. Oh, there's big potential in this scene. More pleats. Nice closet, though. There's no doubt about it. Check the drawers and bed, perhaps. Still a very nice closet. Ooh, there's a ledger book of some sort on the nightstand. That looks promising. I love how these scenes are shot. I think it's just really well done. For an FMV game from 1995. 3-star motel energy.
Same entry I saw at the Hunt Club. Same entry I saw at the Hunt Club. Same entry I saw at the Hunt Club.
Oh, cursed motel vibes. Is that the same entry you saw at the Hunt Club? Okay, I guess I don't need to take that. Can't seem to search the drawer there. Check the bathroom. Nice bathtub.
Nothing in the sink. 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 Nothing in the sink.
Ooh, on the carpet, eh? Only we had the quick drying cement.
Hello. Someone's been tromping around barefoot in the mud.
Oh.
Orange mud at that.
Orange mud.
Hello. Someone's been tromping around barefoot in the mud. Orange mud at that.
What is the first word in this voice line?
Hello. Someone's been tromping around barefoot in the mud. Orange mud at that.
Is he saying hello?
Hello. Someone's been tromping around barefoot in the mud. Nothing on you.
Hello. What's all this then? I should check the sink. That's a really good point. Jello. I go for some Jello. You stepped in orange Jello, made a footprint. How many of us have ever stepped in orange Jello before and tracked it all around the house, though?
Nothing in the sink. Nothing in the sink. Nothing in the sink.
It's true. Tim Curry's authentic Bayou accent's hard to abandon. Okay. Stand there all weird again. Does that probably finish us up? Check the notebook again. Can I turn pages or anything?
Same entry I saw at the...
Oh, here we go. Haha!
If I'm not mistaken, Grossberg was trying to cash in on all the excitement around the missing zoo wolves. Von Zell must have been the new business partner Grossberg told Dorn about. Guess Von Zell didn't care much for the idea.
I feel morally bound to tell the police, but I'm a businessman and could be persuaded to go against my instinct. Measure of good faith, say 500,000 marks. Just go talk to your lawyer, get 500,000 marks, go wander around in a forest, and I'll come meet you. Okay, then we're gonna go walk in the woods.
Can't go out that way. I'd have to leave the door on.
Gotcha, Gabriel. I'm right there with you. I always like when blackmailers are very polite about it. It's like that one song from Hamilton. Von Zell does not seem like the kind of guy you want to blackmail. He feels like he would just murder you. Okay. So I'm guessing we go back to our room. You being noiser. Oh, what's that? There's a device here somewhere going off. I don't know what it is. Oh no. This is maddening. Okay. I'm going to be right back as soon as I figure out what alarm is going off here. Be right back. Whew, there we go. My daughter has recently started just randomly setting timers on her iPad, oftentimes for hours or even days into the future. And one just went off, so we're all good now. It was luckily not a tracking device planted by my in-laws, but we got to see my cool Be Right Back screen, so that's got to be worth something, right? Thank you for bearing with me. If you're just showing up, welcome to Gabriel Night 2. Greatest game ever made. We're having a lot of fun here. It's about to get very werewolfy, I think. You know, when I first started streaming, I was like really wrapped up in the idea of being a perfectionist. Like if I misspoke at one point during an hour-long stream, I would just delete the video. You know, I had this idea somehow you could flawlessly stream, which is a path to madness, to say the least. So now I'm starting to realize moments like, you know, my daughter's alarm going off or any number of other things like that that may go horribly wrong during a stream is kind of what makes the platform fun. So I promise I won't delete this stream, I guess is what I'm saying, as soon as I'm done. Werewolfy. It's true, yeah, I don't know why I thought that it was possible to, like, do the perfect stream. Ben, with those smoking hot Legend of Kyrandia takes, yeah, you gotta be careful with those. Yeah, the live aspect of it all is where the fun lies, and I realized that by watching more of other people's streams. Hey, someone lit a fire.
That fire feels good.
Gabriel appreciates it. Scrap it, start again. All right, back to episode 1, chapter 1, guys. Everybody at 1.
Nice closet. Nice closet.
Grayson, I bet your streams have been perfect. The ones I've watched have been flawless. To a point. So, yeah, that's no surprise. Talk to the dude again, grab some matches. Can do. Where were the matches? Over here, I'm guessing. Ah. They work. You wanted to make sure you knew how to strike a European match. They use different adapters over there. Can't seem to talk to the guy again. He won't even give me a response, weirdly. Maybe I can just leave? Restart the stream. It's over. We blew it. Metric matches. That's right. Each of those was, who knows, 6 meters long. I don't know. Just guessing. Is this a good time to be exploring the barn? You'll have to strike them counterclockwise if it's in the southern hemisphere, right?
Shears. These might come in handy.
Yeah, grab those shears. Stick them in your jacket. With the rope. They're definitely in his jacket. He put them in his biscuit pocket.
Tools.
Tools. These will almost certainly come in handy, as their name would suggest. This always gives me the creeps. Alright, I guess that's all he needs there, huh? Okay, I'm in some woods. I'm in some different woods. Wow, look at Gabriel's face head on there, huh? I got shears in me jacket. When our Discord eventually grows into an annual convention that we all gather at to celebrate Adventure Tuesday and Retro Adventure Wednesday, I'm going to show up on stage with like a big coat, and I'll just like reach in the pockets and pull out biscuits and start throwing them to the crowd. This is just going to be who I am now. I used to be the StairQuest guy, then I was the soda machine guy. Now I'm going to be the biscuits in me pockets guy. That's where it's all heading. Oh, there was a mud thing in the first screen. Oh no, I'll never find the first screen again. Already are the biscuits. While I've been streaming this, has that gone viral? Am I now like the top link on Reddit? Just in the last hour and a half.
There are traces of an orangish mud in the print.
It's a wolf print.
There are traces of an orangish mud in the print. There are traces of an orangish mud in the print.
I'm going to get off this stream, find out I have a biscuits in me pockets book deal waiting for me, aren't I? Okay. So we see the orange fur. Let's see here. Try to see the path in the woods. I have a map of these woods that I pulled up earlier. More orange dirt. His Schottenjäger sense is definitely tingling now.
The earth is orange over here. Must be some minerals in the soil.
Checks out. Probably a lot of iron in the soil.
The earth is orange over here. Must be some minerals in the soil.
Impassable. And he hurt his hand. Poor Gabriel. I don't know why, but I love this. Ooh, you already know what's coming and you don't like it. This sounds good. Also, we might get caught at the Home Depot Garden Center. Let's go on in there. I didn't want to click on it.
God damn.
Damn. Oh, use matches on lamp? Did I just consign myself to death? Oh, this is terrifying to me. Crawling around in small spaces is like my biggest phobia. Which is ironic because my dad was a coal miner and did this for a living for 30 years, but you know.
What's that smell?
Ooh, the eating sound is terrible. World's tiniest lamp. Metric matches. Oh, that eating sound is terrible. It's a Gru. You are likely to be eaten by a Gru. This predicament seems particularly cruel. Ask yourself whose fault it could be. Now torture a match in your inventory. Wow. It was a little more hardcore than I expected, honestly. It was pretty graphic. You see, I like Von Zell more now. Gabriel just stands there. I guess he's in shock right now. He doesn't know what to do. Nom, nom, nom. Okay, so back to the lodge. Oh. His excellent posture. Posture check for Gabe. He's gone catatonic. That's exactly right. Wow. Okay. Who do you even talk to? Go see Von Glauer. That makes
no
sense.
use. I saw him.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Hey, Friedrich.
What is it? What's happened?
Happened, nothing happened.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Or a werewolf.
No, Sweet Jesus. In the woods.
Show me.
Gabriel, where are you going?
Werewolf.
Werewolf?
Werewolf.
Thank you, NBA Dag. Werewolf. I like that Von Klauer just goes to check. Oh, it's fine. That's just Von Zell being Von Zell. I love the acting here too. It's very good.
Something must be done.
Did you see him in the... Did you see Von Zell?
Von Zell? No. I didn't see anybody. Only the bodies.
But he was in there before. Eating. Von Zell is a werewolf.
He said it.
It looks like he's been killing like this for a long time, using the woods for cover at this lodge and at your other lodge in Alfdorf. I think he stalks his victims to learn their habits, and then attacks them in secluded spots. He drags them back here to the cave to eat. The victims are reported missing since no bodies are ever found. Von Zell's careful not to let himself be seen in wolf form. One woman did see him, but no one believed her. Then something changed. I don't know why. Von Zell cooked up this plan to steal wolves from the zoo. Wolves that public mutilations could be blamed on. But he needed an inside man. So he seduced Klingman into wanting to join the club. Then used a lure of sponsorship to set up the kidnapping. But then he needed a way to get rid of the wolves. A way that guaranteed the wolves wouldn't be found by the police. He knew the club got exotic animals on the black market. He'd been doing it for years. Von Agner had built up a massive debt to Von Zell. The Von Zell offered to subtract part of it if Von Agner gave him the name of the exotic's contact. The contact was a man named Grossberg. Now, Grossberg was perfectly willing to get rid of the wolves for a fee. But Grossberg got greedy. When he read of the wolf killings in the newspaper, he tried to blackmail Von Zell. That's when Von Zell killed him.
All checks out.
I knew Von Zell was deeply disturbed, but this is incredible.
Yeah, but it's true. We have to call the police. I know the man in charge of the case.
No! The police would never believe us. Nothing in their mentality prepares them for something like this. Besides, I am responsible for Von Zell. I knew that philosophy was powerful, but I never realized that someone could take it to such a hideous conclusion. I helped create this. I must stop it. With your help, that is.
What are you proposing?
Werewolf
You
Bros.
and I hunt him. Tonight.
Dad. I don't know.
Well, that's what you came to the club to do, isn't it? Hunt down and kill Tony Huber's murderer.
How'd you know?
You're not the only one who can ask questions. It's all right. I'm glad you showed up. Now we must act. Meet me at the stable at midnight. Until then, be discreet. The others could only slow us down.
All right. Tonight it is.
Man, look at Gabriel. A lot of range in this performance from Dean Erickson. Gun polishing.
What rough beast slouches towards the hunt, it's prey to be undone.
Don't, you're creeping me out.
Am I? I have a tendency to do that to people.
Gabriel put on a hunting costume.
How are they clothes?
I feel like Lord fucking Byron.
Nonsense. You look better than he ever did.
Oh.
And you will need that extra warmth tonight.
Nice coat.
We don't ride much in the States.
We are not taking the horses. It's too dangerous to ride at night.
Isn't it Byronic?
I suppose you have a plan?
We need to corner him. The best place is the ravine.
I think I'd better run defense.
I'm sure you have your own methods. But if I were you, I would keep close.
It's like stir and drop on your wedding day. That's my cousin Alanis Morissette. I shouldn't make fun of her songs. Gabriel's got
Stay right behind me.
Okay. So wait for the cutscene and then save.
I heard something.
Hope it's not a werewolf. This is a tense build-up, though.
Friedrich! Damn it. Friedrich!
I love it. It's just perfect. Good game. What a great coat.
Friedrich!
Ah, Schottenjäger medallion. Talisman. He's using its powers. Uh-oh. Alright, so I have no idea what my goal is here. Am I trying to get back to the house? Am I trying to get to the cave? Am I just trying to get away?
The door is locked. Even if I could figure
Look at that very realistic wolf. Thank you so much for the subscription, Cerebro Arcade. At a tense moment. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it.
Dead end.
Wow. It's great. We need to get the tension. Oh, he looks to camera. Well, we don't know he's dead yet, Matawi. No, it looks like he's dead. They already erected a tombstone. Did Von Zell do that? Boy, that was brutal for a Sierra game, right? Is that the cliff? No, that is not the cliff. I would appreciate any help, as always, desperately. North, west, west, then east. Oh, that's perfect. Try using the talisman line. What does that do? Is that curiosity? Okay, it scares him off. That's good to know. So is this where I started? I don't remember where I started. Northwest west. Okay, so I'm turned around pretty badly from those directions that we started out with, so maybe we just get lucky?
Dead end.
Uh-oh. Okay. Let's not watch all that again, okay? Let's restore. Okay, so I'm going to try to scroll up here and see if I can see Fluffy Kitten's directions from the walkthrough, or if someone wants to copy and paste them down there. Oh, there they are again. Thank you so much, Fluffy Kitten. I appreciate it. Okay, walk north, west, west, east to see the wolf. Can you pet the dog? Okay, show him the talisman. South. Talisman. Walk south. Walk west. Oh no, I can't go the direction the walkthrough says to. Let's save here just a second. Scary Woods 2, the sequel to Scary Woods. This is like a ledge. All right, we got lucky. Thank you for the help. Thank you so much.
Where the hell is it?
Just standing there. Okay, do I just wait?
I made it to the ravine to Where's Von Glauer.
Okay, maybe. I didn't drive him in. Whoa! Shoot. Let me. I feel like I missed something very dramatic there. Let me maybe reload that. I still skipped a cutscene, and suddenly we have a gun trained on him. Okay, here we go. You just punch a wolf? Ooh. You can not hit the dog, you can definitely punch it. Ooh, so I just... Do I shoot a dog here? Oh no. Oh no, what'd I just do? Okay. Alright, here we go. Sorry, Von Zell. Oof. You can point at Von Clower. He just reacts. Oh wow, I'll have to reload it and maybe do that here in a second. Whew.
Guess my secret's out. I'm obviously not a hunter. This shit sickens me.
You're less experienced than I thought. But not for long, I'm sure. Oh, it's the wound. We need to clean it.
Guess he got me. Fuck. Fuck! Wait a minute. I shot him. You made me shoot him. I'm okay.
Wow.
Oh, Christ. Thank God you made me shoot him.
Come on. We'll fix you up in the lodge. And I'll drive you back to Munich in the morning. I think you've done enough hunting for one trip.
Yeah, I'm betting now that Gabriel has been bitten, he's a wolf. Is that safe to assume? Haha, chapter 6. We'll watch the chapter 6 opening video here, then we'll skip back and we'll see what happens when we try to shoot Von Glauer, and then I'll probably wrap things up for the evening so I don't keep my in-laws up any later than I probably already have. They said they would turn on a white noise machine to drown out my incredibly loud voice, but I'm sure they hate me now. Reverse angle kiss. Oh. Over there. It's me.
Beware the black wolf.
You must do it! Two wolves are missing from the zoo.
What's it trying to tell us?
Now the werewolf cannot harm the legend with his own hand.
No! No!
Werewolf? Thank you, Ghost Ludwig. Nice closet. Thank you, Eric. I blew it. That was a very nice Ludwig closet. It's a cat hair wig. I keep trying to figure out, is that like some strange hat? Or... Can you imagine a whole chapter played with this dude in the worst wig and worst beard ever? Out of those scrolls, my guy. Oh no, I wasn't keeping track. Oh no. We got you.
Tell her to put this with my heart without hurting.
Oh. These parts feel a little bit like a drunk history episode. There's the reveal. Von Glauer was Louis all along. And a werewolf. A werewolf. Hey, everyone join our Discord if you haven't already.
Gabriel!
Get out!
Ooh, we're at the Rittersburg Rat House dungeon.
You have a visitor.
Oh, a sexy letter, eh? Okay, so it's like we made it to the new chapter, so let's save this as chapter 6. Gotta learn how to spell first. And that is where we will pick up next time. But before we wrap up this time, I do want to see this scene of Von Glauer freaking out when we pull a gun on him. Hey, no, yeah, I'm still up. I'm getting ready to wrap up, though. This is the final moments of the dramatic stream. We're going to have a little bit more fun with this werewolf scene. Who can go to bed when there's Gabriel Knight to be played? CGI Wolf is back. Wolf punch. Rouge, I like the dog emote. Coupled with the GG question mark. Oh, hey, Chimera, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. I will be back next week, I promise, with Chapter 6. It is too good to quit now. So, but for tonight, I do have to stop. But we will be back next week with Chapter 6. But first, let's shoot. Let's see what happens when we try to shoot Von Glauer here. Die, Black Wolf. I love his reaction. Is like Gabriel's just confused.
Damn you! Shoot!
Oh. Wolf punch, wolf punch, wolf punch. Rip. Thank you, Neil, for the kaboom sticker. It's always a good time for the kaboom sticker, right? Okay, not to end on a dour note, but I do think with this death, great scene to go to bed on, right? Absolutely. We're going to call it a night there, though. Thanks, everyone, so much for watching along. We got to see a new nice closet. You got to hear stories of my grandmother, who was possibly insane or trying to kill me. You got to hear the origins of biscuits in me pockets. I feel like this was a this was a fun stream. I had a great time chatting with everyone. Thank you so much for watching along. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for following, subscribing, slapping stickers, cheering, the whole bit. This is a real joy. This may have been my favorite chapter yet. So have a great evening, y'all. This will be my I think last stream for a few days while I have family in town. So I'll be back soon, though. On Monday I'll be playing a little bit more of Batman the Telltale series, and then a week from today, Wednesday, I guess it's already Thursday here, we'll be back with the final chapter of Gabriel Knight 2. But Happy New Year to everyone. It's been a pleasure. It was such a joy sharing this with everyone. If you're new to the stream, feel free to follow. I play these retro games every Wednesday. But for now, thanks for dropping by. Have a great evening, everyone.